Alrighty, welcome to another quarterfinal in Virgo Cup VII, a Category C matchup between Mancos Walleros and MCUH, which stands for MeChupaUnHuevo. Yeah, and that will be the last time I'm saying that, because I can use the abbreviation. Yay! Alrighty, these two teams have fought their way through the group stage and the round of 8 finals, both of them fighting awesome sets, because I do remember both of these teams fought long and awesome sets, so they definitely struggled to get here. You know, they definitely are ready to make their way closer to the finals, but first, they will have to overcome each other, because only one team can make it to the semifinals. Let's introduce our contending players. In the red, we have Juan Camon playing as the Vietnamese. That is why he was Xing his opponent's TC locations. In the yellow, we have David Espin playing as the Berbers. Alright, that was to be expected. In the purple, we have Cobra Curve playing as the Mayans. I like that. That's good. In the blue, we have Tiburcio. I haven't seen that player actually. Coming in for MCUH, playing as the Ethiopians. A classic matchup between Mayans and Ethiopians. Quality over quantity. With Mayans having more archers and Ethiopians having better archers. You tell me which wins. It's not always as straightforward as it sounds. In the green, we have Kaaba playing as the Hindustanis. Again, not surprising there. Hindustanis eat great Arabia Sif. They have a great boom after all. And then in the teal, last but not least, we have Gia playing as the Vikings. And he's about to get lamed. Yeah, that's what the Vietnamese player tends to do, huh? Does he know where that boar is? Oh, he hadn't scouted it yet. And the scout is on the wrong side of the base, so I don't think that Teal is going to be able to do anything about this. And Red's just going to have an easy time taking away that boar. Yeah, once he makes it to this over here, you can get into the line of sight of the tiger. And then the boar won't leave you, even if you leave the line of sight. Oh, Red, they take an extra hit there on the scout. As long as he keeps it in the line of sight of the boar, though, he will be able to bring that back to his TC. Let's see if Teal's looking for it. He's looking for that boar. He's like, wait, did I get lamed? Oh, come on. No, the boar, where is it? The boar is over here. It's all the way down there. And now Yellow is here with the scout as well to help Red if Red needs that. Right, okay, so Red, here's a tip for you. To make this easier, you want to kind of jiggle with your scout. Kind of go left and forth. That way you're still running, but you're actually going slower, right? So that the boar can keep up with you. Instead of stopping all the time. Because if you do that, the chances are you might forget about the scout, take an extra hit, and then your scout might die. Which, of course, you don't want to happen. Alright, well, the lame is a success for the Vietnamese player. He's even going to make sure that the boar dies under the TC. Very nicely done. And that boar will be brought in as well. So that Teal can never counter with his own lame. Teal will have to push in his hunt now. The hunt is over here. It's going to be an awkward job for Teal, actually, because you're going to have to push it through the stone or over this hill. So good luck for Teal. Right, well, Vietnamese are going to need to do stuff like this anyways, because remember, it is Vikings versus Vietnamese. Vietnamese have the... well, clearly have the worst economy versus, Vikings who get wheelbarrow and handguard for free as they age up. That is difficult to compete with, but laming your opponent is certainly one way to go. As I don't think Purple went for a lame, did he? He could have. You know, with an Eagle Scout, it's a lot easier to lame, but I guess he decided not to do that. You know, you don't have to lame, right? You don't have to lame. I think the Mayan player just wants to get his boars down himself as, Blue losing his scout to the TC, and now he can't scout what Purple is going to be doing here. Yeah, Blue doesn't, let's see it, let's check Blue scouting. Blue doesn't see much of Purple's base. He doesn't know where the gold is, he doesn't know where the berries are. That's not good. It's not good at all. If only he had Vietnamese on the team, huh? That would make that a lot easier, because of course, Purple is just like, yeah, okay, you X the TC again, so I don't run into it. And yeah, Red's just going to do that probably, and then Purple won't run into TC. Alright, well, even without that second boar, by pushing in his hunt, Teal will have a competitive uptime. He is actually up before Red. Yeah, sometimes laming doesn't actually help you, does it? Well, I mean, it does. If it succeeds, it can only help you, but, you know. Honestly, the archer play doesn't really need the food that much anyways. Unless you were going to go for, say, men-at-arms, because then it doesn't set back your early feudal age economy as much. Actually, if you could manage to get the boar to Yellow, that would be a lot better. If Yellow got an extra boar, he'd be very happy with that. Extra scouts, man. Ooh, boy, oh boy. Of course, that would be really difficult to do, so I wouldn't suggest doing that, but I have seen Category A players do that sometimes. Lame someone and then bring the boar all the way to the pocket, which of course is pretty OP to do that. It's difficult to lame and also keep your economy rolling after all. Alright, now, let's just talk a little bit about Civ matchup here. So again, Mayans versus Ethiopians. Ethiopians have the better archers, but Mayans have more numerous archers because they are cheaper. That's true. They also have eagles, which is a nice thing to add in the late game if you feel like you're ahead and your opponent is still making archers. Because eagles, of course, completely destroy that. Right. So, that leaves us with green versus the yellow. Berbers versus Hindustanis. Hindustanis have the better boom, by far. Easily, right? Better boom. They have a lot more bonus. You know, the fact that their villages are cheaper, I mean, helps them with that. So their economy is going to be better than the Berber economy, all things being equal. But the Berber player can outspam the Hindustani player in Castellates especially because their stable units will be cheaper. Remember though that the Hindustani player has the better camels, so if it's going to be a camel v camel fight, which is probably what is going to happen here, because I don't think that yellow's going to make a lot of knights. Actually, it's going to depend, right? It's going to depend how you're going to approach it. I think yellow should make knights. As we have a single man-at-arm for the Ethiopian player coming forward. I don't think he's going to continue with that. I guess he just made it to push away this Eagle Scout. But this Eagle Scout could actually kill that militia because that militia does not have any bonus versus Eagles just yet. Alright. But just to finish what I was saying about Berbers, I think you should actually start Knights. And the reason for that is simple. Knights can actually kill archers. They can actually kill villagers. They can actually destroy buildings. So knights are the more versatile units. They're actually useful. Yes, knights do die to Hindustani camels. That's true. But that is where teamwork comes in, right? You need to stick with your flank, right? Have their archers kill the camels if they get too close. And in the meantime, you do damage with your knights. Now, if green is going to attack you at your home base, which green might very well do, then you make camels to defend yourself there, because there will probably not be any enemy archers there to help green, which means it will just be camel v camel, in which case it's fairly even, because Berbers can outspam Hindustanis at that. So that's kind of how I see it. If you want to mix in a few camels at the front, that's fine, but I wouldn't go full camel, because you basically forfeit your offensive capacity to your opponent, as, well, Red made 4 men-at-arms and that extra food, but they didn't do a whole lot, did they? Teal will be defending, holds this hill as well, has fletching, not yet, but will get fletching soon, as Yellow's trying to snipe some villagers over here, but the spearman will push that away. Green in the meantime is sending his scouts towards Yellow's base, but he may turn around and go for red, or not. Oh, looks like Yellow's base it is. Let's see, blue is trying to get a wall up on the right hand side. If that wall actually goes up, he will at least have his base secure for the most part. Purple is mostly fully walled, as yellow, oh, nice quick walls there by yellow, as green is not able to get into the wood line. Good stuff. Green is just going to roam around, look for something else to kill. This may prompt yellow to send scouts back, although yellow is still very busy trying to kill something on the berries for teal. But teal is still fine, you know. Again, Vikings can get away with a lot of punishment. Getting lamed, getting rushed, they're still alive. The only thing they're lacking now is fletching. Alright, well, yellow pushed off of his farms for now, and yellow better start producing some more, some spearmen here to protect his economy against these scout raids. There you go. Also, going to gold kind of early here. Only 10 farms up. I think you want to wait until like 14 farms before you want to go to gold. I think that's the better number. So you can actually continue to make scouts. Which right now, yellow's going to have to, because these scouts actually have armor. Wow, the Hindustani player got armor on the scouts already. It's pretty early too. Wait, only has 5 scouts too. I think I would wait with armor instead, get 2 more scouts out. And then if you see that you want to have an extended feudal age, then you get armor, right? If you want to take a good fight against your enemy opponents, or you find a way into someone's base, you know, scouts with armor will absolutely wreck everything. But to get armor right now that's early. Right? I hope that this wall actually aligns. I think it does. We'll see in a second. And alright, there's no hole there. It looked like a hole because it was still a corner part, but I guess it was just because the wall was not built yet. Alrighty, well, it looks like we have a little bit of early aggression so far, but things are still safe for both teams. Oh, Sach, how you doing, my man? How have the games been going? The games have been awesome so far. Yeah, the first two series were really good. If you haven't seen those, definitely worth the watch later for sure. Although I'm sure that this Category C matchup is going to be awesome as well. And as Green's trying to get some snipes here with his scouts. But yeah, there's a spearman here. There's some scouts there for yellow. And red has his army here as well. So I think he's going to be fine. Now, Teal finally moving forward and Teal finds a hole. Oh, wow. A hole between the archer ranges. My god. Right, well, red is here with his archers as well. But Teal has the hill. Let's see what the micro looks like. Yeah, so this is the thing, right? These players are microing like they see pro players do, right? The thing is, the moment that they move is when the other player is not shooting, and then when they stop moving, the player shoots. So then the micro actually doesn't do anything, right? Like that micro, the point is dodging shots, and I don't think either player was really dodging shots there, which means that red just wins by default because his archers have more HP. Yeah, Viking archers, unfortunately, lacking thumb ring. Well, they lack thumb ring anyways in the feudal age, but certainly in the castle age, they will just have the worst archers now. Now, Vikings once were a proud archer civ, not so much anymore. Alright, here we have purple. See, now look, if purple is moving, he actually dodged a few shots there, so that's what I mean, right? So you move when your opponent is throwing something at you, not just by default, right? Like, oh, I need to move, I shoot, and then I move. No, you want to time it when your opponent shoots at you, and then you move. And these players will know that, but yeah, it just didn't work out for red in the deal. It's more difficult when the archers are this close, because, you have less time to react to your opponent, right? And yes, indeed, always the damned hole. Yeah. Always worth trying to send a villager outside of your walls just to make sure that there's no holes there. As the Mayan player is he's besieging blue is down. Blue has 4 archers, 4 skirmishers somewhere, but there's scouts here as well. This may prompt green to come over here to this side, but I don't think so because green is not making anything right now. Green is just straight on the way to castle age because green's like, yeah, you know what, blue will be fine. Blue will be fine. Is he? Is blue fine? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. There's plenty more archers where that came from. And if the Mayan player's ahead in archers, that's not going to be good for you. Alright, we had a little bit of a fight here between teal and red, but looks like red got the worst part of that engagement, so he's just going to have to back up back to his home base, to that little hole between the archer ranges, and teal is just going to push this army right back. Alright, well, the Ethiopian player is still okay. He has the walls up at least, and I like the fact that he double walled this. Wow. So even if you break through this, you can still not walk to the end of blue's base. So red's probably going to have to find another way to hit this gold, for example. Maybe if you sit right there on the hill, you can actually hit the gold. So I guess since blue is on the way to castle age, purple wants to click up himself. He's just going to back up. Also because green is in the castle age. And look what's happening. Camels coming forward. Now, do you have to be afraid of these camels? No, you don't. No, you don't. Because these are just camels. They have very little pierce armor. These archers can kill those camels. So actually, I don't think purple would have to run away from the Hindustani camels. Now, if there's too many, then yes, but it's going to take a while before the Hindustani player will get the numbers up to a point where he can kill archers. That's going to be a problem for green for the rest of this game, being able to fight on the flanks. This is not something that the Berber player has to worry about. Depends, though, what he's going to make, right? He's building 3 stables. Berber player can spam, we all know that. But what is he going to make? Will it be camels or knights? Now, I said earlier on, I think the Berber player should be making knights here, even though your opponent makes camels. You just need to rely on your flanks, right? You want to work together with your flanks, move together as one, so that if green tries to snipe your knights, you kill their camels with the crossbows fairly easily. Is that a hole? No hole. No hole, right? Because if you don't make knights, you basically the only player you can fight is green, and green has better camels than you. So that's not a good matchup for the Berber player. And the Berber player, he's making camels. Yeah, that's a trap. I understand it, right? I understand the need because your opponent is making camels and it's super awkward to fight against camels with knights. I still think you should be making knights. Oh, yellow's making knights. Yes. Yes. I like that. That's good. Because look how fast these camels die. Look at that. Look at that. Green can't fight around the flank. He just can. Green shouldn't even be here, honestly. With blue already in the castle, blue can win this fight easily by himself. Green... Again, he's just going to lose camels here. He's just going to fall behind in numbers. And remember, Berbers will outspam you anyways. That is if purple is actually going to shoot here. Purple is in the castle ace, but he's not getting his upgrades at the moment, so kind of bad. There you go. Now you've got camels, and look at those camels. Are they going to do anything? Not really. Alright, with some good micro, you should be able to kill all these camels there. Look at that. This is what I mean. Hindustani camels are not scary for the flanks. They just aren't. Now, I'd be more scared of this. And now you come in with knights. Those knights do not have +2 yet, but there's 2 of them. And guess what? These knights can kill the crossbows. Something that green could not do. If green had knights, purple would be dead by now. But green doesn't have knights. He only has camels. So you just keep making knights here. Just keep making knights. Keep him around the crossbows, and you'll be fine. And get the +2. That's important as well. Like that's I know again the temptation is so large, right, to like go for camels because your opponent is making camels and you don't want to find a fight with knights versus camels. That sucks. But that's the whole point. You shouldn't have to. All you need to do is just keep your camels around the crossbows and you're fine. Alrighty, we have a tower now on the gold for red, so TL could lose some crossbows there if red garrisons, which he does. TL's gonna have to back up, and red, he was just about to get the castle, save himself for the time being. Now, here comes TL. Let's see where he's gonna go. Yellow is still not with the +2. An important upgrade. I think you should definitely prioritize the +2 armor simply for the reason that you want to be able to fight against those crossbows. Those 5 knights can't fight this right now because, well, they die too fast. 30 shots, so they get 2 shotted by this amount of crossbows at the moment. No. Alright, well, green is coming forward with blue. That's good. Green should probably also... Yeah, well, not going too far forward here. Again, you don't want to be fighting against purple on your own. If you fight knights, you kill those, right? You kill those. This is good. That's fine. And now you run away. That's fine. But you don't want to fight against this by yourself. You need your flank to kill the opponent's flank's archers. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do anything. It's tricky, right? When Hindustanis or Gujaras are on the map, you know, it's definitely tricky. But there's certainly ways to go about it. Another thing that Hindustani player could do is just go to yellow. Go to yellow, because yellow has worse camels than you. Yellow's camels are maybe numerous, but they do not attack faster. So, yellow is still... Oh, he didn't get the +2. Yellow. He doesn't have a market either, does he? He does. Buy food, get the +2. You need that right now. You need that upgrade right now to kill this. Because green is on the way as well. So, if red's going to have to trade evenly versus teal, then you're going to die to the camels here. As yellow probably... green probably assumes that this is walled. It's actually not, so... Funny. Okay, yellow has some town centers, but green is in as well, so we have ourselves a 2v2. But again, this all depends on how the engagement goes. If teal can kill the archers for red, then yellow will die. But if red can kill the camels, then teal will die. And how it works. Alright, so yellow knows this as well. There's a scorpion there as well, which is fairly annoying. Scorpion doing some pass-through damage as the camels are slaughtering the knights. Ay. And red does not have that many crossbows here. See, that's what I mean. This is what I mean. How dangerous it is that the Hindustani player come here and not to have the +2. That is why the knights died so fast, by the way. And now red doesn't have the knights, the crossbows anymore to help to yellow against these camels. And now you're gonna have to deal with Hindustani camels, which again attack faster. See that? 25%. No, 20% actually. Wait, no. 25% faster, and then the attack delay is -20%. That's basically what that means. Guess the math is correct on that one. Oh, look at that. Blue also joining the party. And yellow's looking at this. He's like, team, where's my team? Like this one famous player once said. Yeah, and yellow, unfortunately, he has 1 gold tonight for the time. But, this gold. This gold is still safe because of the town center. But you gotta in garrison first. As yellow does not have, has the eco to produce more knights. The problem is, he's kind of in a double whammy situation now. Because if he makes camels, he can maybe fight green, but he can't fight blue. And if he makes knights to fight blue, he can't fight green. There's no good options here, is there? Alright, well, Mangonel may help yellow, and green should probably snipe that. Don't think green is aware that this is there. Let's see if yellow can get a good shot on the crossbows. Great shot on the crossbow. How about another one? Another one? Oh, blue just about dodging that. Is he going to take another shot? Blue is taking some damage. Green's going to go for that. Yellow's going to go for another shot. Split micro from blue. But the Mangonel gets sniped. And yellow can once again not kill that army. You might ask, where's Red then? Well, Red can't come because Red is being kept in his base by Teal. You might ask, where's Purple then? Well, Purple is actually putting pressure on Blue at the moment, and he's killing a lot of camels. That's true. As we have a Mangonel from Blue now. Oh, Purple, watch out there. You're gonna have need some micro here, my friends. If you wonder why there's Spike Win, it's because Ethiopians get that upgrade for free. So, yeah. Shot. Ooh, shot in the crossbows. Purple, please don't lose your crossbows like this. That would be really bad for Mancos Walleros. They're already behind a military count. Oh, that shot was a hit. That did connect. As Purple's going to use his villagers now against the Mangonel. Oh, he misclicked. He clicked the camel instead. Oh! Oh, I can't watch this, Purple. Purple, Purple, Purple. Oh, God. And even, yeah, when these crossbows are that weak, the Mangonel. God, uh-oh. Oh! Wow, Mangonel missed. Can't believe that. And now it didn't shoot because freaking Mangonel. Yeah, the crew was just too lazy. Purple just getting away with that. My God, Purple, you are toying with fate, my friend. Alright, the Viking player now at 98 villagers. Holy crap. Yeah, Teal's been booming like a madman there. With that Viking economy is far ahead over the Vietnamese player now. He's going to lay some siege down, and Teal will be up to Imp before anyone else. Although Purple might actually be the first to click up here. Yellow now, actually no, Blue was the first to click up here with Ethiopians. Nice. A kind of fast imp, but not really. I mean, 86 villages is kind of a normal boom for a flank player. So yeah, Blue is on the way. He will have Arbalest, not a whole lot of them though, because he only has 8 on the field at the moment. But he will have Arbalest before Purple does. So good luck, Purple, defending yourself here. Oh boy. Not to mention that Teal is also besieging Red right now, and Red is definitely not going to click up the Imperial Age anytime soon. Red's economy is alright, but not that great, as he's still taking fights over there. Yeah, having extra HP doesn't matter when your crossbows are on no attack stands. Red! Ah, Red! No! Ah, stand ground, stand ground. It's the same. It's literally the same, except that your units actually attack their opponent if they're being attacked. Like, there's no reason to put crossbows on no attack stands. Like, literally no reason. You know, like, stand ground is your friend, because that at least even if they don't move, they still attack whatever is attacking them, right? Alright, well, here come the Arbalest. Again, there's only 11 of them, but we do actually have some siege, which is very, very awkward for Purple, as Purple is switching into Elite Skirm, figuring he'd be behind anyways. But Purple, you have better numbers, my friend. And Elite Skirm won't kill camels. So I don't know about that one, actually. Elite Skirm will also die to Mangonels, so I don't know what Purple is thinking to do with that, actually. Why not just keep making crossbows? You have more crossbows right now. Once you get to Imp, you have the better army. At least he has more crossbows for now. Alright, Blue. Ah! Big bada booms here. Well, I guess start making those elite skirmishers because you're gonna need them. Ay. As Purpose trying to keep this Mangonel busy for the time being so that the castle actually goes up, but as a result, the army goes down. Purple. Alright, well, the castle does go up, but Purple... yeah, another shot. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and now Purple only has 10 crossbows, and no, yeah, won't have a lot of Arbalest still. In the meantime, another Imperial Age for Green, which is kind of a problem for Yellow, who is not going to be clicking up anytime soon. He simply does not have the economy, nor the resources to do either. So, there you go. Forward castle for Blue, he will just trap this castle down, as he should. Or use bombard cannons, whichever you prefer. And of course the Arbalest now are just going to be a lot stronger than whatever Purple is going to throw at Blue. He could actually make Imperial Skirmisher and then get the Hulchi Javelineers upgrade with Mayans, right? That means he gets he throws 2 projectiles instead of 1. Here come the Viking captains. Vikings are very dangerous in early Imp, and this is exactly why they're up faster than everyone else with a bigger army, a bigger economy, and then you're just kind of finding yourself behind, trying to find a fight against these captains as they are streaming into Redstone. With Blue also laying siege to Purple, it is just not looking like Mancos Walleros are going to be able to hold on against the pressure that MCUH is levying against them. Look at the army count. It's 137 versus 50. Look at the population count. They're not even winning an economy right now. So I just think that this is probably a GG moment, honestly. Heavy camel is in for Hindustanis, and they could also go for Imperial camel, in which case Hindustanis will absolutely dominate Berbers. There's nothing Berbers can do to match that. They simply don't have the units for it. Yeah, Imperial camel they're like the paladin for camel civs. That's what they are. And of course, they get the final armor upgrade this time as well, so camels actually have 4 pierce armor, which means that they can fight under town centers just like knights and castellates can. Yeah, that's good. As red is still trying to stall, but again, stalling for what? It's not like blue is pushing out. In fact, blue is being pushed back with just 19 arbalest, making skirmishes right now. 63 villagers. Camels destroying everything in the back. This has got to be the GG moment. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. It's just no coming back from this. It's just too much damage that has been done at this point to Mancos Walleros. You know, they lost so many villagers as well, as you can see. They don't have the resources to go for a whole lot. Red actually has 1,000 gold and nothing to spend it on. As he's just trying to buy time for purple to push, but purple can't push because purple is also buying time for red to push. Both players buying time for someone to push, but no one is pushing. And then we have yellow, who is, what's yellow doing right now? Yellow has, oh, he's making camel riders now. Yellow doesn't have an army either, and yellow is gonna get overrun by heavy camel. Is Imperial camel coming in? There it is. Imperial camel is on the way before yellow even has his heavy camels out. There is just nothing that yellow can do against this. Look at Imperial camel. Look at the stats. Look at the stats. Bam! 160 HP. Camel paladin. Right there. Yeah, it is just GG. It's GG. You can't do anything about this anymore. It's too late. It's too late. There's not enough army here. Forward castles everywhere. Mancos Walleros are known for being very stubborn and holding on. The problem is, this is not a position in which you can hold on from. When one player is completely ran out of town, when the other player is barely holding on against bombard cannons, against our Ethiopian arbalest, and when the pocket player is gonna get overrun by Imperial camels, yeah. It's GG! It's GG. They will call it soon, I'm sure. I mean, like, clearly, right? You know, I think at this point, the best thing to do, right, but what I think they're doing is probably just taking a moment to just look at this, just kind of look and breathe and like, okay, we lost the first set, you know, we lost the first game. I mean, it's fine. We can come back in this series. We're going to go to our home map and we're going to win there, right? That's what we're going to do. You know, and there you go. The GG is called. They had that little bit of a moment, but of course it has been GG for a while now. They knew that as well, you know. But there you have it. Mancos Walleros stepping out, and MCUH takes the first game. Yeah, and they played it good. They played it good. I think there was a bit of, yeah, I don't know actually what went wrong. I think mostly just the defense of Yellowstown was not sufficient, right? I think something went wrong there. Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about it once Yellow resigns, which he should. Let's speed that up a little bit. There you go. Okay, there you go. Not too long then. All right. So let's analyze this, shall we? So, like I said, if the Berber player had played this, like I said, he should do against Hindustanis, I think it would have been okay, right? If you're forcing fights in Bluestown with knights, and there's crossbows here as well, which, remember, purple was ahead of blue for a long time there, right? Then you can certainly force green to send in military here, and which will just die to crossbows. So that's the way to go about it. I think what kind of went wrong is on the other side. Right, so red lamed teal, but teal defended himself well, came forward with archers, took good fights, and got the castellates faster. Now, no, that's not a surprise, because Vikings have better economy. So, like, that the Vietnamese player fell behind is not surprising to me, right? Even if you play it well, it's still difficult, right? So teal had a leg up over red. Now, teal could have stuck around red and said, you know what, this is fun. Instead, teal went to yellow's base. And at the same time, green, who just took a good fight against the knights over here, killed most of yellow's knights, you know, even though purple's crossbows were still alive, he sent his camels this way. Yes, he couldn't fight purple, but yellow he could fight. And I told you, if you're Hindustanis or Gurjaras, your best target is your opponent's flank, opponent's pocket, because they're going to have a hard time defending themselves against you. Now, Berbers can defend themselves against Hindustani camels by simply making more camels, right? you know, more counts. The problem was because teal was here and later blue was here as well. The Berber player stood in front of an important dilemma. What do I make? Camels or knights? And I think teal's army also, yellow was not able to clear it up in one go because he did not have the +2 on his knights, and as a result, green won that fight together with teal. Red lost all his archers, right? And then yellow was on his own, and yellow took too much damage there. He took too much damage, wasn't able to compete with the Hindustani player anymore. Hindustani player goes up to imp faster, gets Imperial upgrades. There you go, Imperial Camel Riders. And then what do you do? What do you do as Berbers? What, you make heavy cavalry against these freaking monsters? No. And then worse still, blue had by now gotten a good engagement against purple, who tried to go for a siege push instead of helping yellow. As a result, purple also lost most of his mass, and then once the Arbalest came out, I don't know what happened to purple. He stopped producing crossbows, right? He was on the way to imp, and he stopped producing crossbows, went for elite skirm. I was like, but you have more crossbows. Once you get to imp, you will have the bigger army. So I don't understand why we make elite skirm then. And of course, he lost a lot to mangonels trying to get that castle up, which in the end just got trapped down. And of course, red was already behind, so he got pushed by the Viking early imp. So, yep. That will be my analysis of this game. You know, MCUH, they just played a little bit better. And there you go. That's what wins games after all. Looking at the KD, yep, see all the fights that were being taken by MCUH. A lot better here, as you can see. Look at the KD for teal. A lot better. Yeah, Viking player, man. Super dangerous if you leave them alone. And they left teal alone, by the way. You want to see teal's economy? Bam. Yeah, boomed everyone. Even a Hindustani player. This is why people say that Viking economy is broken. Well, broken. It's broken if you leave it alone, right? If you leave it alone, which they did. And then, yeah, this happens, huh? Look at the Deville count as well for teal, very high. There you go. And they just outboomed Mancos Walleros as well, which, of course, the longer the game goes, the worse it gets for the team with the lesser economy. Alright, who was the fastest player? It was Juan Camon. Alright, 51. But as you can see, everyone is pretty much on the same level there with APM. So yeah, no one's behind in that regard. Alright, that would be the first game. It is 1-0 now in favor for MCUH. Now, we will go to the home map for Mancos Walleros. And the question is, are they going to be able to clap back on that home map? Huh. Alright, there's a weird piece of dust there. I have to get rid of that. Alright, so the home map being Kawasan, right. Kawasan, I remember. There you go. Yeah, indeed, it is Kawasan. Will be the home map now for Mancos Walleros. So let's see if they can strike back on that map and stay in this series. Go. Alrighty, well, welcome to the second game between Mancos Walleros and MCUH. This is the home map for the former team, so let's see if they can get a victory, because if they don't, they will be out of this series and out of the tournament. So this is an important game, the most important games of our lives. In the red, we have Cowboy playing as the Italians. Alright, an Italian Cowboy, cool. In the yellow, we have Davide Spin playing as the Persians. Yep, that was to be expected. Persians are a great civilization for this map. Great hybrid civ. Yay, we called it correctly. But we did not call this one correctly. Lithuanian flank for Juan Camon. Alright then. Lithuanian flank. That's kind of unusual, especially on a map like Kawasan. Let's see what they're going to do with this civilization, because I can think of a few things. Say, you know, I mean, you can fight for water, obviously, but I'm thinking maybe a scout rush or a trash rush. That's fun too with Lithuanians. Alright, on the other side, we have Gia playing as the Bohemians. Alright, Bohemians for Kawasan. That's kind of unexpected, actually. I figured it would be Byzantines, actually, which I think was also in their map pool. Was that for Mancos Walleros? No, that's from Mancos Walleros. They had Byzantines. So they decided not to use it. Instead, they used Lithuanians. That's weird, though. I mean, Byzantines are the better Kawasan civ by far. You can actually fight over water now with better fire galleys. You'd definitely be able to clobber the Bohemian player who might not even go to water. So, I don't know. We'll see. In the green, we have Kaba playing as the Khmer. Alright, Khmer not for Atacama, then. Interesting, interesting. Because that is the home map for MCUH. I guess they decided to use a different civilization. I did think it would be Khmer, but hey, you know, you can't always be right about everything, huh? Teams may surprise you with certain picks. And then we have the Dravidians for Tiburcio. And that's a pretty good civilization for this map. You get extra wood at the start of each age, from which you can build ships or docks, whichever you please. Alright, now, why am I talking about ships and docks? Well, it's because we are on Kawasan. You see that? There's 6 ponds with plenty of fish in them. Let's see how much fish. I've actually never done that. How much fish does Kawasan have? Oh, wait, it has different types of fish. Hang on. So we need to collect these ones as well. And is that all the type of fish? Yeah, it looks like. If you don't count the shore fish. But 15,000 food, that's decent. Like I said, that is not a I win because I have water kind of food. It is I can get up the Imperial Age a lot faster than you kind of food. So if you take the pond, then red will probably have a faster imp time than teal does if teal doesn't fish. But teal's gonna chicken out. He says, nah, I'm gonna put my fish in this pond, and that way it's safe. Unfortunately, that's what green's doing as well. That means you're gonna cannibalize on each other's food, which is maybe not the best strategy. I think. Yeah, I mean, green could dock this side, but blue also docked the safe pond. So I guess MCUH, they just really don't want to fight for water. Now, there is still one possibility here. I've seen pro players do this, by the way. So what they would do is they dock the safe pond, make a few fishing ships here, like 4. Then they go to the other side, dock over here, and then just make fire galleys from this side, win water, and then fish on this side as well, right? That way your opponent cannot snipe your fish, but you can snipe their fish, which can be quite the advantage. Of course, red and purple, they are right there, guns blazing, going forward to the dock. Unfortunately, not with Loom, and that villager does not have Loom. She will probably get sniped here. Let's see if purple can save her. Blue's gonna try to block that. A few more hits. Loom that came in. Wow, Loom saving purple there. Saving purple there, because if he did not get Loom, that scout would have been able to snipe the Vil. Yeah, that's lucky for purple, by the way, because that happens a lot. Villagers do tend to get sniped when they're fishing like this. Red's villager has no Loom, so still under a lot of threat either. But I think teal, he's busy pushing an hunt right now. I think it always is worth it to just make the little circle around the pond to at least know if your opponent's on fish and if there's a villager there. A villager you can snipe. Not anymore though, the Loom just came in. Alrighty, now of course the pocket for each side has 2 pawns in theory to dock. At least for yellow he will have 2. Green will have to share both of his pawns with his flank. So less food to go around for green, that's for sure. You can certainly go for a fish boom, especially with Persians, which are a great hybrid civ because their docks work faster. And I hope docks actually work faster. They do have double the HP, but yeah, I think they do. I could check actually. Hang on, I need to know this now. Yes. Downs at the dock, 2 times hit points, work rate, plus 10%, plus 15%, plus 20%. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's actually true. Docks actually do work faster, and it gets faster and faster as you go up to the next age. So yeah, there you go. I thought I was sure about that, but then I just questioned myself for a second there. Doubted myself, I mean. Unfortunately for yellow, he doesn't have a very nice wall up here. You have to wall up very far to the front, which is of course awkward to do. Very scary to be that far away from your TC. You can't see anything. Ooh. Alright. Let's see what's going on. So we have another purple dock here on the other side, just to make sure that blue can never ever dock this, because he would be completely blown out of the water. By purple. So purple will definitely have a pond here. I don't think that blue is going to fight for water though. See, a barracks coming up. That's a clear sign that it will not be a second dock. Instead, we will go for land aggression. Whereas purple will not be able to afford that. So I think purple, you should do with this Vil, wall this up. Right now. And why would you wall up the sides? Even if it doesn't keep your economy safe. The reason for that is very simple. It will force your opponent, right, to go to the left. To go to the left to attack you here, which makes it a lot easier for yellow to come and help. Team yesterday didn't bother walling on here, and it went down the hill very fast. Exactly. There was, Isaka is completely correct. There was a team yesterday which did not wall this, tried to fight for water, right, and they got completely overwhelmed by their opponents, who just streamed in some military and attacked on land. Because whatever you want to do, Kawasan is still won on land, even if a lot of fighting happens on water, or could happen. As purple has a villager out there, a villager that is just going to die now. Yeah, that vill dies. Yeah, waste of a vill. Waste of a vill. Okay, purple could snipe the scout. He could try, but blue's not going to let that happen. There you go. Wall up for red. Good stuff. Now, you need to wall behind that as well, because one layer of palisade wall is not enough. It's too far away. You can't wall behind that, so I want to see some houses and some more palisade walls. That's a flimsy wall at best. Alright, let's see. As yellow is at 23 pop, he's making some scouts, so it will be scouts for yellow. What about green? Ooh, green is fast castling. Interesting. Fast castling without walls. He's going to be able to click up immediately here, though. Look at it. Well, actually, no. Actually, no, because he doesn't have the gold. Khmer player doesn't have the gold to click up. A bit of a macro issue then from the Khmer player, because normally, right, you have a little bit of extra time to get that gold out while you build your buildings. The thing is, not when you're Khmer. You need that gold at the start of feud lane so you can click up immediately. So now Green's going to have to build a building anyway. So now his fast castle time is not going to be any time faster than a normal fast castle, which is buying yellow a lot of time to get some scouts out and do damage in the meantime. If he does that, that is. Scouts are, well, they're not going anywhere. Well, you should know, right? If your opponent's pocket has such a low score, right, then he's not making military, and if he also has such a late uptime, it's most likely going to be a fast castle. As Teal is also on the way to castle age, so Teal is also greedily using a bit of fish to get up to the castle age fast. He's also going to wall, though. I like that. Not walling to the water because she can't, because there's a galley there. Alright, purple has a galley there patrolling as well, so red and purple do have the ponds secured for the time being. That will give them a leg up over their opponents. It means that yellow can also dock this pond and save on a few farms. Alright, here come the scouts for yellow, and oh, denying the stable for the time being. There's a lot of scouts, and here you go. This is why, if you go fast castle, you best have your walls up, because this is what happens. This is what happens. 3 villages down for green, and his stable is not up. Good luck getting knights out once you hit castle age without a stable. That's not so good, is it? No. Now, you could build another stable with the wood that he has, so I guess you could just build one in the back and then make knights from that, instead of trying to get this one up, because, of course, yellow is never going to let that happen. As yellow says, yo, bring some archers over here. You can snipe the gold. Oh, green wanted to get the stable up, so he thought, oh, I used the gold villagers, but the scouts were right there. Oh boy, going with fate there, are we? Purple still with those sneaky freaking vills. What are you trying to do with that, purple? I don't get it. Alright, well, blue's not on the way to castle age. His fishing economy is, well, getting progressively worse because it's very inefficient at this point. As the stable for green is not up, so now he can't make knights from 2 stables just yet. Now he can. There you go. But yeah, the knights could have been out a lot faster. Of course, you are down 3 villagers. Now, with the fish, with plenty of fish for the Persian player, he will be able to go to castle age very soon. So, because there's scouts in green space, I bet that the first knights, they're probably going to stay here and deal with these scouts. Want to bet? Which means that those knights are not going to do anything to purple, red, or yellow. Purple making skirmishers, I don't like that. You know, I did say trash rush, but I mean, you need to add spearmen as well if you're going to do that, because otherwise your skirmishers will just die to everything. Blue has plenty of archers, he's just waiting until he can click up to the castle age here. You see going up for Teal, as he did make it to castle age with Dravidians, but he's not fighting for water, so he does have a nice fish boom, but look, this is what I mean. They're about to run out of food here, right? So then you have how many farms? 10 Khmer farms to afford 2 stables. I don't think you can, actually. I don't think you can. There's nice chasing the scouts around as well. I don't think the start is that great for MCUH. You know, the strategy requires you to wall. It also requires you to be able to fish, because going fast castle knights is simply not really a strong strategy. Like, people think, what are you talking about, Red Prince? You get knights, right? Knights are strong. Yeah, if you have upgrades. Does green have upgrades? No, because you can't afford them. It's impossible. It's just too much of a resource expense, especially when your fish is about to run out here. Which I can't believe they are actually protecting this fish with a demo ship and a fire galley. That's hilarious. Right? So you can't actually afford all your upgrades, which means that right now, green is working with unupgraded knights. Look at that. 100 HP, no armor, no attack, nothing. So these knights aren't that imposing. They die to normal archers. Well, not skirmishers, but they die to archers, alright. As the Lithuanian player is going to match with his own knights, and the Lithuanian player has way better economy right now than the Khmer player. Oops, sorry. Let's have a look at the Khmer. Yeah, look at the ILTC time, 2 minutes, so you're also behind in economy. Yellow's got more eco as well. Purple has all the fishing ships in the world. He can totally afford knights. Although I hope he realizes that blue is about to go here. Oh, purple overchopped the berry bush. Purple wallet. Ah, purple should have let those berry bushes up, but is going to take some damage there. Nice house walls to keep these knights away from the skirmisher for the time being. But the knights will get to the skirms, and skirmishers can't kill knights even if they don't have any upgrades. So yeah, right now, purple best get his own knights out as fast as he can. But purple's knights will have upgrades. Ooh. As the gold was an attempt. There was an attempt to wall in the gold, but unfortunately that did not work. And purple is taking some damage for kind of I don't know. I don't think the strategy for purple was all that good. You know, yeah, he got the pawn, but he didn't wall the sides. He didn't. He walled the front, that's fine, but he didn't wall this side, so he's still not really walled. He walled over here, which is the worst wall up, and then he made skirmishers instead of archers. I think making some archers first is better, because you would have been able to defend yourself against these knights. As green's just gonna run away, but there's knights without upgrades still. As green is gonna try to go for a greedy Khmer boom. Persian player is also gonna add a second town center, but the Persian player will have the better boom because he has fish and he has farms, and of course the town centers work faster. Steel's here as well, so it's a party at Purple's base. They probably recognize, hey, Purple's probably the weaker player here on the other side based on score, so let's hit him first. As we have the Persian player bringing out some knights and some camels. Well, you don't need to be making any camels here. Knights is fine. Knights will also be able to kill this. Yellow lacking armor. Ooh, yellow, you need armor on your knights, not attack. Like, attack is nice if you're fighting against green's knight, but green actually didn't have any upgrades. It's fine. It's the crossbows that are the immediate threat at the moment. Crossbows you cannot fight without upgrades. Okay, +2 is now coming in for purple, so at least purple will have knights now that can fight crossbows. But MCUH have an army inside the team walls, and they can go and they can choose to go to yellow now or stay at purple's base and make life living hell for him. Purple dropping a town center now. Oh, it's a farm TC. It's a farm TC. It's not actually on any resource. It's protecting the gold, but it's not on the gold, so it's a farm TC technically. Now it will do the job. It will protect him for the time being, but still. What is red doing? Red is sending crossbows to the front. Now, red has to come bail out the other side now. As we have... I love it! Steel is going to try to dock this pond and take away the fish from yellow. I love it. That's great. Update on the upgrades for green. None. So the knights will die. Like, hard. Okay, blue can probably join as purple. The quick wall's not working out, but again the TC is helping him here. Nice, taking a lot of damage from the TC because again no upgrades. As what? Are you kidding me? Imperial Age for the Khmer player. I don't know about that one, man. I don't know about that one. Like with another Civ, sure, but Khmer. Huh. Did anyone notice that Teal's making elephant archers? Yeah, let's go. Elephant archers are super expensive though, and they die hopelessly to elite skirm. So I guess now purple can finally make elite skirm. Alright, these are Dravidian elephant archers. That means they attack faster. There you can see. 25% faster indeed. As do all all skirmisher units actually for Dravidians, I think. Camels kill those elephant archers as well, by the way. As, what do we have over here? As, Blue's army, unsupported by Green, who is going up to Imp and is not making military, is just going to get cleaned up hopelessly. And there you go. Now, so Green will have Cavalier. The thing is, Green has 48 villagers, 45, and 4 fishing ships. Not a whole lot. I don't know how many knights he thinks he's going to make here. I can tell you, not a lot. He's also idling his DCs. Look at the resources for Green. So we're up at Imp, but what are we going to do with that? You know, if you have an army to upgrade, sure. If you're, if you have crossbows, sure as well. But, the irony is that Lithuanian knights with relics, which purple is gathering right now, can actually kill Khmer knights in Imperial Age. Cavalier. Even though they're not Cavalier, doesn't matter. They have the attack. That's 3 relics. Okay. Now, of course, we do know. Remember last time, the Lithuanian player tried to go for relics in the middle and simply lost the monastery to the Cuban player. Now, that's not going to happen this time. This is a completely different situation. But, yeah, these relics are still super exposed. And green knows that they're there now. So, yeah. Teal's making more elephant archers. But they're expensive. Takes a while to get more of them out. So, we'll see. Did Teal get that dock up? No. I didn't think that was going to happen. That's a tiger. Alright, well, Teal's on the way to Imperial Age as well as... And look at the amount of military that Mancos Walleros is making right here. I'm not really sure what MCU is trying here. They're going for a super greedy approach here with like no economy trying to get up here as the monk goes down. And that monk will go down as well, so the relic is not even saved. And remember, purple already has 3 relics anyways. We'll have a 4th one, so these knights will be very powerful indeed. Now, does Teal have an army to upgrade an Imperial Age? Also no. I think a lot of players attach a lot of value to going up to Imp, right? They'll say, oh yeah, we're at Imp, so we can win. Yeah, with Imperial Age military, you can win. Say if you have a crossbow army, say if blue went up to Imperial Age now, that'd be really good. He has chemistry crossbows already, that's actually pretty sweet. You can take a fight here, for sure. Look how fast he kills all these units, especially since yellow still refuses to get the 2nd armor upgrade, which is kind of annoying me a little bit, actually. Like, what cavalry player doesn't get the 2nd armor upgrade in the team game? Like, come on. I guess he forgot about it. It's fine, it's fine. You know, purple is here to pick up the slack anyways. He has all the upgrades, and of course the Lithuanians with 3 relics and soon to be 4. What was I saying again? Oh yeah, right. Look at the military count for MCUH. They will be an Imperial Age. All 3 of them. And yellow's clicking up as well. Nice. All 3 of them. But they won't have any military to upgrade. Look. I mean, there you go. Green has Cavalier with barely any upgrades. Not even bloodlines yet. These are basically Burgundian Cavaliers at the moment. And they're not going to be able to fight red anyways. Because red has... Is he making Genoese Expo-men? Yeah, I love it. Alright, we haven't talked about that, but Italians, of course, can make Genoese Expos, which absolutely shred cavalry, so... Yep. I think Mancos Walleros are about to get a lot of results with their military production, and I think MCUH are about to get punished hard for not producing. And this is it. Look, green is an Imperial Age, he has 64 villagers, and just can't stop this. He just can't. Town center will go down, 7 villagers will go down with it, and that will be that. Then blue lost his crossbows, so blue has 10 crossbows right now, but he can't push out against purple at the moment either. Not until Imperial Age at least. And then we have teal, who is making a very expensive unit, has the economy to do so. But again, very expensive unit, takes a while to mass those, and unfortunately for him, few elephant archers are not going to be able to survive against this much military. Pikemen are not going to help you either, because red is here with Arbalest. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. We have a castle now going up for the Khmer play and to protect the backside of his economy, because the rest of the economy will go down here now. Red building a castle in the middle, so the Lithuanian monasteries stay up. Yeah, it's just well played by Mancos Walleros. What can I say? It's like, yeah, purple had a few weird strategies in feudal age, but the castle age was pretty clear. Just go for knights with relics, fine, and you're fine. Yeah, no argument there. I think it's just MCUH got too greedy. They got too greedy. They wanted to go up to Imperial Age, get Imperial Age military out, and dominate. But the thing is, it takes so long to get Imperial Age military out, especially knights. Take forever. You need a good economy to do that. The economy for MCUH was not good enough. It's not good enough to do that. You don't have anything to upgrade either. The only one who could actually upgrade something is blue. Look at that. He has 29 crossbows to upgrade. He's actually besieging the monastery now. Alrighty then. Well, purple's not going to be able to deal with that. He's not on the way to Imperial Age, but yellow can. If yellow... Oh, yellow got the 2nd armor upgrade. Yeah, yellow's unstoppable now. He's unstoppable now. Alright, well, I mean, that monastery will probably eventually go down. We have a ram coming forward as well. So yellow's going to have to deal with that. He's getting the Cavalier upgrade. He's missing the last armor upgrade. One that you need to fight here. Red is sending in some Arbalest as well to do some damage. Here come the Cavalier. It will push away this army maybe for a second. Green's economy is pretty much kaput at the moment. 50 villagers for him, so again, not a whole lot of cavalier you can make with that. As Blue's economy is under siege soon. Blue is very busy over here, sitting in the choke point. Sitting in the berry bushes. Look at that. I can't believe that these freaking berry bushes are holding back heavily armored knights. Makes no sense, does it? Alright, well, Red is sending in what arbalest that he can just to try to kill Blue's army, which he kind of needs to. Oh boy. As the Lithuanian player is slowly trying to take the relics from one monastery to the other, so that the relics will still apply to his knights. As at the same time, Blue now finds that Cavalier are raiding the back of his economy. They still lack the final armor upgrade, so yeah, I'm gonna have to tell the Yellow this. You gotta remember the blacksmith, Yellow. Like, that's very important. Like, every age now, he's had the wrong armor upgrades. And that means that Blue right now is running away from this, even though he could fight this. Because they're not fully upgraded, right? So Blue assumes, oh, it's Cavalier, I can't fight that, I need to run away. If Blue had clicked one of these units, he would have known, wait, that's not the final armor upgrade. Look how easy I kill this. Bam, 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 bam. Right? That's what I mean. That's why armor is important. I don't think it's gonna matter too much, although... I mean, MCUH is finally getting those military numbers out, but remember, a lot of that is trash too. And Halberdier is not going to save you against Red or against, not even against the Cavalier or the Lithuanian Cavalier that are soon coming in. Maybe at some point, if Purple actually gets the food count to click up. Purple is idling his night production right now, so Purple wants to definitely go up, as Blue loses the DC. And Red's gonna shoot that down, and a lot of villagers are about to die here. Blue's pretty economy. Blue also forced to send his Arbalest back now to deal with this, which means they're no longer on the front to take fights, which means they're not here to stop Red from besieging Blue's town. Deal's coming in with with skirmishers and with halberdiers as well to help. Skirmisher died in the nights though. I mean, Mancos Walleros aren't there. They are struggling kind of to close this off, right? They're struggling kind of to close it off. Not having the final armor upgrade, not being an imp, is not helping you here. I think maybe... let's see. Yeah, you know, how about this? How about this? Look at the food count for Yellow. Look at the food count for Yellow. I think what he should have been doing now is slaying Purple. Slaying Purple, because Purple didn't have the food to click up here. Slaying Purple the food so he can click up and be an Imperialist as well. If you have that much food, you should be sending some of that to your teammates. Alright, the Khmer player is finally getting some Cavalier out, but yeah, I mean, everyone else has Cavalier now as well, so it really doesn't matter. As Green manages to snipe that trap to save the castle, there's still a bombard cannon here though, so how much that's going to do, I don't know. Wow, in the meantime, Teal has cleaned up the fishing economy for Red. That's wacky. Alright, well, Teal finally fought for water and won. Good stuff. Teal's going to try to sneak a dock up on the other side as well. Shh. Ooh. Yeah, we spotted that. I don't think Yellow did, though. I think Yellow's probably very busy on the front. Right now, with the Cavalier that still lacked the final armor upgrade. Yellow! Get the blacksmith! It's right here. Click on it. See that you lack one. Man. In a closer game, this would really have come back to hurt him. And, oh boy. Talk about a closer game. Look at that amount of elephant archers. Now that's a larger mass of elephant archers, alright. Hoo boy, hoo boy. Yeah, Purple can't be anywhere near these halberdiers, so they're gonna need Red to snipe those. As Green sniped the bombard cannon. Nice. Still going to go for some docks to kill the fishing economy, although at this point that really doesn't matter anymore because I don't think Yellow was really banking on having fish anyways. As they're putting more pressure on Blue's base, who is still... It's not even the top score actually for MCUH. Yeah, I think this is maybe one of the signature things of Category C, is that even though, you know, a lot of build orders are there, the strategy is usually there as well, it's all about execution. And I think that's really the thing that Category C kind of struggles in, right? Is closing off games. I think the higher the level gets, you know, the higher you go, the better players get at closing off a winning position, right? Mancos Walleros had a clear winning position, but they still struggle to close this off. As Purple is losing a lot of knights. Alright, Paladin upgrade coming in, and I can't believe I have to say this, but Paladins without the final armor upgrade. Oh man. Luckily, I mean, These elephant archers, they're not... Oh, they are elite, actually. Ooh, but there's just nothing in front of them. No halberdiers. Steel sent them in to kill the trebuchets, and he's not going to get them either. Which means that the Castle for Blue will undoubtedly die here. But, oh, come on. But he's getting blast furnace. That means he just went to the blacksmith and clicked that upgrade, right? And he didn't see that he lacked the final armor upgrade. Yellow. Oh my god, now he's just doing it to mess with me. He's doing it to mess with me. It's gotta be it, right? Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, these Paladin would be fully upgraded, but they lack one incredibly important upgrade. I think luckily though, the position for Mancos Walleros is just too good. I don't think they should not lose from this position, honestly. I think MCUH did a great job, despite their wacky fast imp strategy, to hold on, right, like they did, and still stay alive as long as they have. But it's just, yeah, what do you do against these Paladin? Yellow finally realized. There you go. Now it's GG. Yeah, there you go. Now you're not going to be able to kill the Paladins anymore. Well, unless you right-click the TC. Yellow. Yellow. Ooh, conversion. Because I can tell you one thing, the Dravidians cannot get Paladin, that's for sure. There's a bunch of Paladin that go down, but at the end of the day, there's so many Paladins in Teal's economy now, he's not going to be able to deal with that. Red and Purple are keeping Blue busy as well, and Green, again, has just not really been able to help at all. He just doesn't have the economy for it, the production for it. It's just... I think Fast Imp with a Cavalry player just is barely ever worth it. It's because cavalry is just too expensive. It's too expensive, and if you try to go Fast Imp, your economy is going to be shite. It's not going to be good enough to afford any of those Cavalier, and that's exactly what happened to Green, right? He was an Imperial 8, he had 5-7 Cavalier. Yeah, wasn't strong enough. So I think it's much better if the flank players do it, you know? It's much better to do that if you have a crossbow army. Upgrade that in Imperial 8, that's very strong. But I think Fast Imp for the Khmer player... Honestly, I think he looked at his gold count, he looked at his food count, and he thought, hey, I can click Imp, let's do it! But then probably, yeah, that didn't really work out for him. And there you go, the GG is called. They realize that from this position, there's no way to win this anymore. The middle is firmly under control now for Mancos Walleros. They finally have all their upgrades, kind of important too, isn't it? And there you have it, Mancos Walleros taking the second set. You know, it was kind of shaky there for a second, but they managed to close it out, and that's what matters after all. And I must say, their strategy was a lot better, you know? Like, I mean, for one, they just controlled water, they didn't really have to fight for it, but they certainly were prepared to do that. Lithuanians' flank is always kind of risky, especially in Feudal Age, but once you get those knights out with relics, they certainly were strong. It was early Imp, you know, late Castles, it was kind of tricky, you know? MCUH kind of doomed themselves by going Imperial Age fast with very little military to upgrade, especially Green definitely died to that early aggression. But you did see that Mancos Walleros, they were struggling to close out the game there, you know, to really get that decisive victory. MCUH defended well and held on, even killing the fishing economy from Red at least, and also from Yellow on this side with, oh, he made Ethereus die. Cool. There you go. That's a Dravidian unique ship. Like a longboat, but then more expensive and stronger. I think one thing definitely, like two things, and unfortunately I'm going to have to lay all of those on Yellow because that's just two things that he could have done. One, with that food count, you could have slung Purple up to Imperial Age faster. I know, I always forget that as well when I'm banking up resources, but in a team game like this, when you can sling before Imperial Age, it's always important to remember, if I have excess food, let's send it somewhere else so that someone can actually use it. And Purple did have a pretty late imp time. I think it would have helped if Purple had also been up in Imperial Age with fully upgraded Cavalier, with all that extra attack, would have certainly helped earlier in the game, during that shaky phase. And the other thing, of course, is blacksmith upgrades. I know we all forget them sometimes, but there were definitely some moments there where Yellow could have won fights, but lost them because he didn't have the final arm upgrade. So yeah, but I mean, those are just a few things. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the position was strong enough that despite those things, MCUH still couldn't win this game. So there you have it. Even with the Theory die. Oh, so cool. It's such a big unit, man. The hitbox on that ship must be insane. Yeah, alrighty. Let's have a look at the statisticals. I'd like to let's have a look at the uptimes here as well. There, look, 44 minutes for Purple, but yellow had the food to sling purple by minute 40 at least. So, you know, you could have at least made purple, or even earlier, you could have at least slung purple up to Imperial Age. That would have helped a lot here, because his end time was just really, really slow. Purple did take some damage early on. Let's be fair about that one. That's true. Looking at the KD, yeah, KD of course is going to be better for Mancos Walleros, and that's something that must be said. They didn't go for that greedy approach. They just made military something that, with the exception of blue, MCUH were not doing. And yeah, that greed did not pay off, especially when blue lost their army. I thought here could be a GG moment, but then MCUH, they did hold on for a very long time here, while Mancos Walleros were trying to get their army counts up again and go to Imp. And once that happened, yeah, then finally that advantage was driven home, and there was no way back anymore for MCUH. Economy is going to be awesome for the Persian player. I mean, there you go. That's a crazy boom right there. Good stuff. Purple did a great job booming as well. He needed to for the Knights. Of course, Red didn't need as much of an economy because he was going for archers, which are cheaper. Blue did a great job booming, so the teal, of course, yeah, green as the Khmer player, kind of behind, you know, in the economy. I think that, yeah, especially for green, right? I mean, if blue and teal go up to Imperial Age, that's alright. At least they're making an incredibly powerful unit immediately. Arbalest, which is strong, or Elephant Archer, I guess. And they had the economies to back that up. But green simply couldn't make knights with the economy that he had. So, yeah, that was basically the biggest mistake for MCUH, in my opinion. Just analyze the game. Yeah, I mean, you can see it in the military numbers as well. This is green right there. It's always been down right there. It just wasn't able to contribute much to the team. Army high 14. So, yeah. Who was the fastest player then? It was purple 43. Good stuff. Alright. We have ourselves a tie. You guys happy about that? Because I am very happy about that, you know. Just because I'm analyzing and I'm trying to be critical, you know, I just know that I love you all. I just want to help and give everyone the best experience, you know, while analyzing these games, and to see what could have happened, what could go better, what did go really well as well. You know, that's important to point out. But the most important thing here is that we have a third game, so that both these teams now have an equal shot at going on to the semifinals. Although, you gotta give MCUH a leg up here, because it is their home map after all, you know, and it is Atacama, a pretty unforgiving map for teams that are not prepared to play on it. So I don't know what Mancos Walleros' preparation is on this map. I think most players will at least be familiar with Atacama, because it is a pretty standard map after all. But still, that doesn't make it any easier to play. This is the more unforgiving version of Atacama after all. So let's see, can Mancos Walleros reverse sweep MeChupaUnHuevo, or will MCUH simply be a tad too strong? Let's go. Yes. Looks like we had a pause immediately at the start as well, but we don't have to worry about that because we don't see that pause. Alright, well, welcome to Atacama. And do you see how little wood that is? Yeah, these are some awkward wood lines. Way less wood than in the normal ranked ladder Atacama map. Alright, let's introduce our players. We will start with the home map team. Let's start with Teal. In the Teal, we have Tiburcio playing against the Chinese. Ooh, boy, oh boy. Chinese, of course, have a very awkward start. We all know about that one. So getting lamed is bad as Chinese, so you best get your boars in, alright, if Red is going to try to snipe those. In the green, we have Kaba playing as the Malians. Right, because they picked Khmer on Kawasan. Man, if only I had gone for Malians, that would have been much better, and then Khmer would have been the better civ here. Well, at the very least, if you get kicked off a wood line, Malians saving wood on all their buildings can at least get all those buildings still up, you know, even farms. So I guess that's nice on a map with notoriously little wood. In the blue, we have Guille playing as the Saracens. I like that. Aggressive civilization. You can use or abuse the market to get good uptimes and overwhelm your opponents. I like that. In the purple, we have Juan Camon playing as the Poles. Oh boy, oh boy. Poles, of course, we have seen that one before. I will talk about them in a second. In the yellow, we have David Spin playing as the Sicilians. No, I mean, that was the only legitimate pocket civ left. at least. Now that Lithuanians were picked on the other map, Sicilians though are still a pretty decent civilization. They will definitely well, one thing that's actually good about Sicilians here is the fact that if the Malian player decides to go for some camels, that's not going to work against Sicilian knights. So it forces the Malian player into knights as well, so you can't make any camels. So at least that's that. There's that. In the red, last but not least, we have Cowboy playing as the Byzantines. Alright, I would have liked Byzantines better on Kawasan, personally, but Byzantines do have that fast imp strategy up their sleeve, you know, to be used here as well. That is, if you actually manage to get the imp, which is always a challenge, isn't it? Right, red is gonna... Oh, we actually scouted this wood line. He's gonna sit on this side of the wood line, which is technically safer. But you can still put a tower right there as the Chinese player. And we did see a tower rush the other time. Although it's gonna be more difficult to tower rush this wood line. It's less compact, more spread out. So it will require more towers. Alright, as... Ooh, red sending his villagers without loom, didn't he? Yeah, no loom. So that tiger actually got a bunch of kills there. Yeah, if only we were all Magyars and you have the ability to kill wild animals in one strike. That'd be good. All right. Let's talk about civilizations. As blue is pulling back a villager. Yeah. Pulling back another villager. You probably get loom then. So I have the hiccups again. I don't know why the last 2 days I've been getting hiccups more than other days. I don't understand why. It's fairly annoying when you want to cast. Okay, I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be okay. All right. Well, blue is not happy that his economy is being raided by a scout cavalry, an impetuous scout cavalry. So he decides to push that away. There you go. Very nice. And of course, purple will now not be able to win any fight in the dark age between the two scouts. Alright, now let's talk about the pockets first. So we talked a little bit already, right? So Sicilians, again, resisting camels because they resist half of the bonus damage that camels do, or any other counter unit for that matter, means that the Malian player will just have to go for knights, which is fine. Malian knights are fine as well, especially in Imperial Age when you get Farimba, which gives them extra attack, +5 actually. And at that point, Farimba camels will absolutely slay Sicilian knights. As the Sicilian player just sniped a villager. Nicely done. Again, everyone sending their villas without loom to the wood line. And yeah, I mean, that is the meta, but it is a risk as well. So, and this is why. The only downside now is that yellow has very little scout HP. So when the scout battles start happening, green will have a fully upgraded scout, right? Full HP scout. And yellow will be down 1 scout basically. So that's... depending on the uptimes, could be better for green or for yellow. And looking at the uptime, I think yellow will be fine. He clicks up before green. Green must have had some idle TC time then. Yeah, 50 seconds right there for the Malian player. Not for yellow. He's 1 vil ahead and he's already on the way to the Castle Age, Feudal Age. You know, it'd be a weird day when a player decides to go fast castle on Atacama, I swear to God. As this tiger should probably attack this villager. He could actually kill that. Yeah, now, our Jaguar, I mean. Now she won't be able to feed her cubs. Nope. Alright, so Chinese versus Byzantines. I mean, Chinese have the better economy, no doubt about that. They get more food in their farms, and of course they get discounts on all their technologies, every single one of them, which does start to add up once you start tacking into a whole slew of different things. Chinese also have fine archers, they get all the upgrades, they get most upgrades on most units actually. The only thing that Chinese kind of struggle with is cavalry, but you don't have to go for that as the flank, do you? Versus Byzantines though, Byzantines do not have the best economy. They do have Town Watch for free, which is kind of a sweet defensive bonus. They are a good defensive sip with that cheaper trash, and the fact that you can go to Imperial Age a lot faster than everyone else, because it's discounted, heavily so. I think it's like a third cheaper or something like that. I don't know the number exactly, but it's my estimate. As red walled one side, but you should probably wall the other side of the pond as well. Red, a pond has 2 shorelines. Red, you know that he thought about this, right? Oh, there's a hole there, I should probably wall that. But then he didn't wall this side, so then this doesn't really matter, does it? Red, you funny guy. Alright, we have forward houses now from the Polish player. The Polish player is sending in the militia. They will be men-at-arms, maybe. He only made 2 though, and he's not getting the upgrade. So maybe, I guess it's just a feudal drush. Alright then. Right, as Blue is definitely caught off guard by that. As you can see, kind of frazzled by the impending approach of the militia. But yeah, militia into TC. Ah, classic. Yeah, that one militia is not going to do too much. What's Red doing? Red made one militia as well, but what for? Is that for a wolf rush? Perchance. Problem is, no wolves. Only jaguars, and he didn't find any. So, yeah, Green's just going to kill this militia. I mean, if you're gonna do this, then at least commit to a man-at-arm rush, right? As, ooh, Teal's sniping a villager. Red's villager down, but Teal's scout has also been killed by the spearman. Or the scout. Oh, the scout got the kill. Alright. Yeah, a bit slow. Okay, we have a scout opening now for the Vault player, and he's also dropping a tower now over here. I think I know why their tower is going up over here. So normally you would tower your wood line, right? But the reason why Purple probably dropped it here is because he also wants to farm around this folwark, which is where the best farms are placed. I guess that's the idea, because if you farm here without a tower, your villagers are just going to be super exposed. So I guess I understand that. I just don't know if that's going to be punished or not. It could be punished, so we'll see. Which is why Pole is not one of the best, not necessarily the best civilization on Atacama, simply because of that reason. Because you want to farm around the full walk, which is not safe. As Red tries to go forward for a tower, but his military isn't here. As one villager goes down, and the other villager might very well go down here. No, Red just about saving it, but Teal is here with archers as well. Doesn't have fletching just yet, I think. No, he doesn't. So he won't be able to do as much damage as he normally could. Yeah, that villager will go down as well. Nice teamwork there by Green and by Teal to make sure that that tower never goes up. And Red is going to have to abandon that, losing 3 villagers already. Now, Purple did actually manage to kill 3 things. 3 villagers, actually. So, with some scouts. Yeah, he killed 3 villagers by now. So that's good. Very good. But Blue is going to have to defend himself against these scouts that will be coming forward. Now, if you see more scouts, you see more than one scout, your immediate reaction should be spearman, spearman, spearman. Just make one here, 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 and here. Right? So the scouts can never just attack your villagers without taking tremendous losses. Right? You want to make them pay for it. Pay for, you know, each villager they snipe. Yellow, though, says, hey, hold on a second. What are you telling me, Purple? There's no spearman in Blue's town, and he's chopping wood all the way out in the open. Is that so? Well, hold on just a second. I can come over here and attack these villagers. 1 villager down. 2 villagers down. That villager's super weak, so she will die. 1 more hit. Oh, kill the Vill. Yellow. 1 more hit. Oh, wow, I can't believe she survived. Crazy. Alright, well, there's plenty of villagers here to kill anyway, so yeah, this is fine. Now, ideally what you do here is kill the archers first, and then you kill the vills, right? Because if you kill the vills first, the archers will be attacking your scouts in the meantime, and now your scouts are weaker than the scouts for Green. Now, I mean, in all fairness, Green would have been here, so then I guess the villagers would have lived anyways, but yeah, like, ideally, what the situation you want to be in is to be able to kill your opponent's army, and then after that, you kill their villagers, and there won't be anything they can do to stop you. It's kind of the bigger idea there. Alright, Teal wants to break through the walls here, but Red does have quite the army to defend himself. I like Red's wall up as well, except over here. And he can see this as well. Red, you need 1 more tile, my friend. I hope, fingers crossed for Red that he doesn't get punished for that. Because if Teal ever decides, you know what, instead of hitting this wall, why don't we go and try to find this wood line, you know? He doesn't know that it's there, though. Ooh. That's not the best scouting, actually. You do want to know where your opponent is taking wood, because that is an obvious pressure point, right? In Atacama. As Red is taking a fight against Teal, but Teal has some skirmishes in there, more archers as well, and Red's going to have to back up here. Good job by Teal. But the Chinese archers is also killing all the hunt, so the Chinese player is going to have to give up on that, and that mill is kind of a waste of resources now, for only 1 deer. Red's trying to fight that, but unfortunately he does not have the numbers, and I think he should have dropped the tower by now as well, once you saw how that fight went, and now Red is going to have to abandon his gold. Not good, not good for Red. Red is not loving life, I can tell you that. He is a cowboy, he's in the desert, but any cowboy would tell you, you gotta check your boots for snakes. There's one famous cowboy that actually does tell you that, as Teal almost runs into TCC. Let's take some losses. I mean, a lot of these archers are weak, so it's not like Red is that far behind in the numbers. What's going on the other side? See? Told you. farms on the full work. Unfortunately, all those wood lines make this very awkward. But yeah, there you go. The tower was placed for that very purpose. The only problem is it doesn't actually shield your wood line yet. Archers can still sit there and kill all of this. Alright, well, purple sending in the scouts now. Let's see what the micro for blue is like. If he sits in a choke point, he could kill all these scouts. But blue is going to run into the DC. No. Nice little gate there for purple to try to slow this army down as he is doing more damage. As, yeah, blue is sitting in a TC fire as well. Does manage to kill all these scouts though. So good job by blue. And now blue can still hit purple on the farms. And this is why going flank scouts usually doesn't work, because once your opponent has like 6 archers on the field, 7 archers, if you don't have upgrades on your scouts, then they're just gonna die to archer volleys. And then what do? Like, how do you counter this then? You don't. Well, we have the pulse player also on stone. Of course, he can take some gold from that as well. As blue's gonna back up, blue is just, I guess he just wants to keep himself safe. Yellow's gonna wall between these wood lines. Interesting. If red actually would wall up this hole, that means there is a team wall between all the Mancos Walleros, which is actually not half bad. I don't mind having a bit of a team wall in Atacama. I know it's impossible to wall the entirety of the map. You probably shouldn't try that, although red is certainly going to give it a go. You know, eventually you can get it up, of course, but what it does do is limit your opponent's maneuverability, and that is always good. At the same time, blue, who did not go forward again to try to do damage to purple again with his archers, instead tried to go back home, but purple found those archers, and those archers were fairly weak, and purple gets to clear up blue's archers, and that's an important victory here for purple, because if these archers stay alive, purple's going to struggle. If they die, though, they're going to be okay. Blue also has not gone to a wood line yet. Does blue even see wood? He does see wood, now especially with his teammates' line of vision, but I guess he just deems it too far away and not worth it to send out his villagers. Which makes sense. I mean, scouts may try to kill you, but I mean, you just wall that out and you're fine, right? Scouts have a notoriously hard time breaking through walls after all. Alright, we have green in the castellates. Green the first to get up as green is dropping a castle. Wow. I have never seen the pocket drop a castle in Atacama yet. Ever. Not in early game at least. Maybe late game, but early game, never. Are we gonna make Geppetto then, or what? Or are we just gonna go for... Well, you don't get the castle, the Imperial Age technology just yet. That's Farimba, which you only get in Imperial Age, because that would be too OP in Castle Age, giving your knights +5. Jeez. That'd be crazy. That's almost like Lithuanians, but at least Lithuanians have to work for that. They have to get that, get all the relics and stuff like that. Uh-oh. Yeah. See, what did I say? I told you this would happen. Teal would eventually get curious and see where is red taking wood. Red didn't properly wall this, and look at the losses he's taking now. Yeah, I mean, I hate to be right, but I was right. Red. Okay, he saves most of the villages there by virtue of having his army there, but yeah. One tile. It's always a damn hole. And the worst part is he didn't think about it, right? He thought about it, but he just didn't wall both sides. As, oh, what is happening at blue's base? It's complete mayhem in blue's base. As purple and yellow are killing so many units. Wow, 18 villagers have died for blue. He's on the way to castellates with 5 archers. Ooh boy. 5 archers and a lot, an economy that is a lot smaller. As a result, the first knights have to be sent into blue's economy just to deal with these scouts instead of sending them, say, to purple, who is still not in the castellates, and it's probably going to take a while before he gets there as well. Has plenty of full walk farms, but not walled, so we'll see if yellow can bail him out. Yellow is on the way to, is in castellates, so should be able to save purple here from the knights that will be coming forward. It's a lot of knights as well, so yeah, that's going to go. Right now, red has had it. Wow, that is quite the counter reaction here for red. He's like, all right, this is not gonna happen again. Darn it! I don't want to get hit on my wood line. That is not how this game works. I want to pretend that this is all walled, so I'm gonna stonewall it. There. Well, that will definitely keep Teal out. Of course, Teal can still drop a tower here. He can just drop a tower right there, deny the entire wood line. All will be for naught. Alright, purple has a lot of scouts, but he is lacking the, he doesn't have knights, basically. That's what I want to say. Doesn't have the knights to fight all these knights from the Malian player, who does have some upgrades. Not all, but some. Then here comes Yellow, and if Yellow can save his teammate, then I think this will have been worthwhile. Because at the end of the day, Blue now has 26 villagers. It's not a whole lot. And Purple has 53. So Purple has a lot more economy now, and Purple's going to make a lot more knights. As Green takes a fight, but there's so many more scouts, so many more knights. There's a spearman in there as well. And Green's early army here, his expeditionary force, will get wiped out there. I mean, it cost Purple most of his scouts, but the army is still alive, and they can now push forward again into Blue, who is obviously the target. As we have a tower now from on Blue's gold. Oh, and Blue can't see it. He can't see it, but he can scout for it. Wow, it's almost like Blue knew. It's almost like he knew. Or, what? What's this villager doing? Wow, that villager is saving Blue, well, at least telling Blue what's going on his gold, actually. So he can actually react to that. But I think Blue right now is just too distracted. As the Malian player is going to drop another castle. Crazy. I have never seen anyone castle drop like this. That's a very interesting strategy indeed. Now, there's too many crossbows here for now. Not enough military for Purple. Purple's still not in castle age. Purple! Stop making scouts! For God's sakes! You need to be in castle age! We need knights! We don't need scouts anymore. Scouts just die to this. They're not going to do anything. Stop making scouts! Go up the castle age! As some Norwegian player would say. As Blue got the tower. I mean, Blue only now noticed the tower. And Purple's going to try to wall that in. A castle will go up because there's nothing that Yellow can do to deny that. Not with those crossbows there and the knights there. Wait, knights are being sent back. Yellow, this is the time to deny it. Yellow has the plus, doesn't have the +2. Again, Yellow. Okay, now I'm pretty sure he's doing it on purpose because he got the attack upgrade first. Okay, so here's the thing. Your knights cannot kill... Oh, well, they can't kill crossbows, but they will die to crossbows if you lack the second armor upgrade. It only takes 30 shots to kill your knights then. Now, luckily, Blue didn't have a lot of crossbows, so in the end, Yellow gets away with this. But yeah, I would always suggest in a team game, get the defense upgrade first. It's way more important. If, however, you killed one of the flanks, which is kind of the case here, and you're up against only knights, then you can go for the attack upgrade, because in melee fights, having more attack is actually slightly better for some reason. I mean, it should cancel out, but yeah. Oh, we got a giant fight on this side as Red is still defending against Teal, who is siege pushing against the walls. Red builds a wall, and Teal's like, no, you can't have a wall. I want to see what's behind there. I want to see what kind of stuff you have. Right, imagine having the +2 now. You might even be able to snipe this mangonel. Ooh, is he going to get it, though? He's going to be very close. Wow, super close. Super close. At the end of the day, Teal lost a lot of crossbows as well. Ay, 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 ay. Scouts all over Blue's economy. Blue has so little in the way of military to defend himself. Green, because he was building a bunch of castles, probably didn't have the economy. And we can check that. Probably doesn't have the economy. Whoops. To get a lot of knights out. Yeah, he's got some gold. He's got plenty of stone, but we need knight numbers right now. And Green has a lot of villagers here. He's looking to drop a castle somewhere. But where are you going to drop it? What castle is going to save Blue here? I don't know. Hay un espectador. Oh, we have a spectator. Ooh, that shouldn't happen, actually. There should be no spectator. Well, actually, I am a spectator. What? Whoa! Blue can predict the future! Now, I know, you know why Blue is saying this. He's saying this because you're not supposed to have spectators because you don't want to have anyone cheating, right? Having someone watch and tell, say, Mancos Walleros in this case, what MCUH is doing. I don't think that that's the case, though. Like, there's not much, there's not much that is telling me here that Mancos Walleros knows exactly what MCUH is, where the armies are, what they're doing at each point. They're just playing really well. Mancos Walleros with 70 military versus just 16. Way more economy for MCUH as well. I don't know what MCUH were planning to do on their home map. It definitely did not work out. Can they hold on? Can they hold on with Blue at 26 villagers with a castle on his wood line or half of his wood line, with knights going from all sides, because now the Poles player will actually be able to make knights because he's in castle age. Let's see, is he gonna get slacked up privileges? Wanna bet? No, he's buying wood. Oh, he's doing something. He should probably build a town center as well. But actually, Purple, because he's just been producing villagers, he actually has 65 economy right now, so he's fine. And the GG is called. The GG is called. Well, actually, I'm not sure if it was called. Did they say it? Well, anyways, Yellow says the GG. MCUH tapping out on their home map, getting completely overwhelmed by Mancos Walleros. Wow. Made was 5 minutes to delay. Oh yeah, so there was 5 minutes of delay. So even if there's a spectator, what they would see is 5 minutes ago. So they wouldn't really be able to help. You know, LS. They say no, no. I don't know what that means. Seems like it was a bit of a bitter exit here for MCUH. Ah, that's a bummer though. That's a bummer. And there you have it. There you have it. The third game goes to Mancos Walleros as well, and yeah, they just played better. That's all I can say. I mean, again, I've been watching this, right? It's not like I don't think Mancos Walleros would have a stream cheater, because if that were the case, someone would be looking all over the place. For one, Red would most certainly not have left this wall open, right? You know, and once Steel walked in, Red would have reacted to that immediately, because Red didn't see it. Red didn't see it. I think there were a lot of opportunities still, you know, where they could hurt villagers that were all the way out here, that were kind of just doing random things around, that you could have raided if you had known where they were, thanks to a stream cheater. So I doubt that was the case. I doubt it. If that were the case, though, that would be really slimy, and that should definitely not be condoned. But I don't think so. I don't think so. And if indeed they had a 5-minute spec delay, then all that spectator saw was the situation 5 minutes ago, which simply does not really help you in a competitive game like this. What I could see, though, was Mancos Walleros simply overwhelming MCUH with military. It's not like, I mean, it was fairly even in Feudal Age, right? I mean, maybe not on Blue's side. Blue definitely took some damage from the scouts, you know? He did damage to Purple as well. So, I mean, I don't think it was fairly balanced. I think Castle Age is where things kind of started to go south. Steel did damage to Red. After that, Red held on, you know, defended himself. This is what Byzantines do best. He even got the freaking wall up. Look at that. Wow. What a wall up. So Steel was never able to do a lot of damage to Red. So all things came down to the left side. And then there was this chaotic moment when scouts from Purple and Yellow ran into Blue's base and just destroyed Blue's economy. Alright, well, Blue took some losses. We can't come back from this. It's Atacama. It's all about military production. Blue still had like 12 crossbows. The problem was that Green had been on stone. Green had been on stone, not on wood, not on farms. As a result, when Green got the Castle Age, he simply didn't have the economy to get that many knights out. Look, he has 2 stables, 3 stables. I don't think he was producing from all 3 of them at the same time. Because the fact remains that the Sicilian player had more knights once he got the Castle Age. You know, the Sicilian player kept overwhelming Green, and Green wanted to drop a second castle, which... that's nice, but it didn't go up, and it's all about military numbers. I think we can tell. We can tell from the military statistics tab. Let's see. Look at the production for Yellow, 77. Look at the production for Green, there you go, 40. That's what I mean. So if you drop, this is why I was so surprised when Green dropped the castle in his base at the start of Castle Age, because that can only mean that he used a part of his economy, about a fifth, right? Or a sixth, I mean, to get a castle, to get the stone for a castle. Economy that you would usually use to get knights out in the Castle Age to start spamming against your opponent, but Green simply couldn't afford it because a large part of his economy was on stone. And those castles, yeah, the defensive castle doesn't do anything, right? If your opponent never attacks you. And that other castle he tried to drop, it took so long before it went up. By the time it went up, Blue was dead. I think it would have been a lot better for the Malian player to just go for cavalry, make cavalry. He had the better uptime, see? 22 minutes is a really good uptime. Much faster than Yellow, that's 4 minutes almost. That Green can get a lot more knights out and overwhelm Yellow. But look, and even after Green got the production up, he didn't really produce that much, and Yellow kept producing more. He lost more, sure, but he did so much damage to Blue, so much damage to... everyone. And then when Teal lost his army on this side to Red, yeah, in that fight with the Mangonel where he didn't get a hit in on Red, it wasn't looking good from MCUH, was it? Man, what a heartbreaker. What a heartbreaker, too, to lose on your home map. It certainly sucks. MCUH, they played so good. They played so hard during the group stage. But unfortunately, for them, they have to recognize that Mancos Walleros simply played a little bit better today. And Mancos Walleros will be moving on to the semi-finals. The one-armed Wallers. Alrighty, I'd like to say congratulations, of course, to Mancos Walleros for winning their game, and good luck next tournament for MCUH. They were a pleasure to cast as well. GG!